very special guest. In fact, joining us in our studios is Mr. Singh, the Managing Director of Sara International. Now, Mr. Singh, I'll get straight into that discussion right now. You are in that business of commodity trading. You're also into the minerals and steel trading. 350 crore company, have diversified into textile and even IT and technology now. But this port, the logic behind this port and exactly what size it's going to be in Gopalpur in Orissa.
You see, the port at the end of the 7th year that we plan it to be, it's going to be close to 13 million tons a year. That's going to be as good as some of the major ports that we have today. It's going to start as an anchorage port. It's going to be one of the few ports which have been privatized today, and in January you have a vessel. Normally you take a long time to start. But we have an anchorage port. We're going to start. Next year we're going to have 250,000 tons, going up to 750,000 tons in 2008. And then as we build up a jetty and specialized ports, it will keep increasing the freight and tonnage to 10 million tons, 12 million tons in 2010.
All right, Mr. Singh, just a few interesting sort of tie-ups regarding the port. You've apparently received an offer from IL&FS Transportation Networks for some kind of equity participation. You're also already on road with the kind of shipments that you're expecting to go through the port. Just give us some more details on those developments.
You see, this January, which is only 3 months from now, we are going to have a first shipment of limonite and iron ore from the port. The port has a trestle. It goes into the sea. From there we are going to load barges which goes into the ship, and this operation will start in January, which I said would be first time that a port is given to anybody to operate, and within 4 months they have vessels and loading the cargoes. January and February are the 2 months which will load this year. Then the weather becomes rough, and then we start going into our port building exercise. And then again, September next, we will start loading again for Anchorage port. And this will give us about 500,000 tons from about 200,000 tons this year. Third year again, it will be an Anchorage operation, 750,000 tons. And then by the time the jetty comes into operation, the breakwater comes. We were with our consultants day before yesterday, which is IIT Marine Department. And we hope that within 3 years, the breakwater, which is the main part of the port, will come to operation. And so 2010, 2009, we should be on board.
All right, I was reading the investment around, at this point in time, is 1,700 crore rupees in the next 5 years for the entire project. Now, the debt equity ratio comes to around 3:1, so it's debt heavy right now. But any plans of perhaps taking the equity stake a little higher later on?
Certainly, certainly. There's absolutely, you see, this port is, as we understand, is going to be a big business in India. I hope that the government has taken the right step, that they are not woken up too late, like it happened in Delhi and Bombay airports, that they were bursting in seams. That's when the government came in. 55,000 crore is the requirement in Indian ports. So this is going to be one of the prime ones after Adani ports, and we believe that money would be required. So equity portions will have to go up. So we'll have to go to public and give them some results of our background, and then take on from there.
When can we expect that, Mr. Singh?
Well, sometimes 2007, 2008, in between that.
All right, so Singh, just one final question. As you said, I mean, in time it would require more equity coming in as well. So lots of, it's really a long-term project, over 5 years already, and it will of course go further. But you could give us, I mean, you're very bullish, of course, on the potential there in that sector. Some kind of indications of the kind of activity you are going to be expecting, the capacity right now, also where it stands, and you're planning. I mean, to what extent you're planning to increase that capacity over the next few years?
Like we said, first year Anchorage port 250,000, next year Anchorage port 500,000, third year Anchorage port 750,000. Then the first year of the jetty port becomes 1.5–2 million tons. That's how it keeps on going. In terms of cargo, you see, the entire east coast of India does not have a great terminal of either LPG or not a great place to have oil terminals. So, but we are going to look at that LPG could be one of the terminals that we're going to build, to start with general cargo, then liquid cargo, and then later on maybe hazardous cargoes as well.